On the 13th of September 2018, whilst outbound from Guayaquil, Ecuador, the container ship IS Fortuna ran hard aground in the Guayas River near Pasoya. The grounding location was 02.7543 degrees south and 080.2799 degrees west, about 400 meters outside the channel. The vessel was victim to very strong tidal currents and was completely exposed to the Pacific Ocean's swell, and in charted depths of 4 meters, she was loaded with 498 containers on board. On the 15th of September, the stranded vessel was boarded by the salvage master, who after inspecting the ship found the following. Cargo hold 3 was flooding, pipe tunnel flooding, 2 fuel oil tanks flooding, the engine room tanks and void flooding, the healing tanks flooding, 8 ballast tanks flooding, ground reaction 8,200 tons at low tide, the main engine disabled, the rudder disabled, and the ballast system disabled. An oil spill response barge was mobilized to the site. No pollution occurred. T&T conducted a bathymetric survey of the site. Portable pump systems were installed and air was blown down equipment on the ballast tank. The salvage crew then set up hot taps to empty 2 of the fuel tanks. They also prepared mooring ropes to secure the lightering vessel alongside the IS Fortuna. The lightering ship Manantial was mobilized and safely came alongside the stranded ship with the help of the tugs Puyango and Cielo de Esmeraldas. Cargo was then transferred from the grounded IS Fortuna over to the lightering ship Manantial, with the salvage crew working into the night. On day 2, the cargo transfer operation continued, resulting in the Manantial lightering ship receiving 56 40-foot containers that were loaded by T&T's rigging crew with the use of IS Fortuna's aft pedestal crane. On day 3, following the safe transfer of 56 containers and after carrying out several damage control actions, the T&T salvage team used portable high-capacity pumps to de-ballast and then refloat the stricken vessel with the assistance of the tugs. IS Fortuna was anchored, and after T&T had stabilized the vessel, a full damage assessment was conducted while floating. On day 4, IS Fortuna was towed into Guayaquil, and all the remaining cargo was safely offloaded. The vessel was then towed from Guayaquil to the La Libertad anchorage, where an underwater damage class survey and other preparations were made to undertake the towage to a Chinese shipyard. T&T strengthened and prepared an area on the forecastle deck to facilitate the connection for the ocean tow to China. 3D modeling was performed to assist in making the tow connection for the ocean voyage. The loading of 440 metric tons of fixed ballast was also required, and this was achieved by loading sandbags in 20 TEU containers and 7 plastic tanks for additional fresh water. These containers were loaded in the port of Manta, just north of La Libertad. At this port, the T&T crew secured the rudder in the steering gear room by using 3 braces to lock the rudder in a midships position. The vessel was then towed by a 200-ton bollard pull tug to Balboa, Panama, to load bunkers, fresh water, and other supplies. After further analysis, it was decided to tow the vessel by connecting directly to the port and starboard anchor chains. Once the anchors were lowered, the canter links were heated up and had their pins removed. The chains were then linked to the shackles that were attached to the fish plate. The vessel's port and starboard anchor chains were then secured with a stopper and welded securely after sufficient anchor chain lengths were reeled out. On December 3, 2018, the IS Fortuna was prepared for the long ocean tow with a T&T riding team on board, equipped with emergency dewatering pumps and air compressors to tackle any contingencies during the voyage. On the 14th of January 2019, she safely arrived in Sushan, China, and was redelivered to her owners.